It's live here on YouTube. Vertical mode, I like to go live in the vertical mode because it shows up in the shorts feed and I get to connect with people who aren't already subscribed to the channel. And so it's a good way to expand and grow my YouTube channel. So that's one of the reasons I like to go raw and real here on YouTube in the vertical mode. Good morning. Let's make this, how about a Monday motivational video this morning? Let's make it that. And I'm hoping to encourage you today because I can't encourage you without encouraging myself. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Hit the damn button, subscribe. You'll be notified when the next video comes out. It's all really personal growth and self-improvement stuff here on my channel. I don't want to say motivation because motivation will fade, but discipline will last. Discipline will take us further than motivation. Motivation is sometimes a feeling that will fade. So I like to say I'm into motivation, inspiration, but really it's more about personal growth, self-improvement. I got hooked on this stuff, 35 years ago because I changed and then things changed for me. Wow, all of a sudden I realized the power that I had over the direction of my life and what was going to be happening in the future and controlling my emotions and my states and how that best served me. And so I got into immersing myself in these kinds of things and even to this day. And so even though I made some big changes 35 years ago and continued to grow, can you imagine, here I am 68 years old, 30 years later, hey, I'm still growing, I'm still learning. And so that's the lesson right there is we're never at the end. Once we get addicted to learning and growing, it's a continual thing to the deathbed, right? A lot of the great philosophers discovered, hey, ongoing learning continues until the end. There's no end to learning and growing. And so, hey, I hope this day is going to find you in a good place. If not, how about a renewing of your mind? I don't care. I don't know where you are in this year, whether you aren't on pace to what you had decided you were going to be on at this point. It doesn't matter. Reset today. Today can be day one of the rest of the year. Right now, today, this part of the hourglass, you're total control over. The sand that's already gone through has gone through. It's in the past. And so we got to go forward. We don't know how much sand we have left in the hourglass, but we do know we have today. And if you're here today and you're fogging up a mirror, you're still in the game. So, hey, happy Monday motivation. Thanks for checking in. We got a few people jumping on board here and appreciate you. And I've been focusing a lot the last couple of weeks on really thinking on purpose, trying to be in a positive vibration. I've been talking about the law of attraction, how that really was preceded by the law of vibration. That's how we attract like-minded people and like-minded circumstances. So I've been really focusing on thinking on purpose. And sometimes, right, we have to judge how we're thinking and how we're vibrating on the results that we're getting from other people. And so I've had some positive feedback from people who have opened up to me and they have said openly how they're feeling and they've shared some things with me so that I know from the feedback that I'm getting that I'm on a good vibration. I'm on a good spot, and I hope you are too. And if you're not, I want to encourage you today. That's what this is all about, encouraging others. There's no greater joy really than having a positive impact on other people. And if you haven't already tried it, try it. Be encouraging to other people. You're going to get feedback, and it's going to really, you're going to benefit 10 times really. What is encouragement but speaking courage into other people? And there's just no greater feeling. But the positive feedback I've been getting, I've been judging by how people have been reacting to me. And it's been really, really positive. And it's indicating to me that I have, with my effort of changing my thoughts and really habitually trying to think on a higher vibration, that people are receiving that vibration how I intend it to be. And sometimes we're not showing up to other people how we intend in our own head. And so, hey, I'm still learning this stuff myself. After 30 years of studying it, you know, immersing myself in things like The Secret, Tony Robbins, and always trying to get better every day in every way, I'm always learning as I go forward, and I never know who I'm going to learn from. And that's really another secret is we got to be open to always learning from other people, because in some way everybody is superior to us in knowledge because they have focused their life on something different that we haven't. Last night, my youngest stepson, I know he's not watching, but he opened up to me in a way like unbelievably, and I was just, in my head, I was thinking, wow, he doesn't usually share too much, but he felt comfortable with me as he was leaving towards his job, and he was sharing some insights into his new job on a yacht. He's a deckhand. And so, wow, I was thinking to myself, what can I learn from instead of thinking, oh, my stepson is 32, I'm 68, I've done all these other things that he hasn't done, I know more than he does. I went with the attitude, I wonder what I can learn from this conversation with my stepson, who's a deckhand on a yacht, and he was sharing his experience having dinner with the owner and the captain, and the owner, who's a $300 million guy, right, who has this big 100-foot yacht, and the captain, who's on a different financial level, but he's good friends. And so my stepson was sharing that conversation with me, which gave me the insights, and I could ask questions, right? Hey, I wanted to know how these guys think, right? And he had an insight because he spent the hours with this $300 million guy, and he was able to share that with me. And in the same way I'm learning, I'm also showing an interest in, right? And the best way to have people, the best way to be interesting is to be interested. If you want to be the most interesting person in the room, be the most interested in other people, and you will. Because listen, everybody's in their own head, and they're really only concerned with their life. That's the most important thing that's going on in their head, is their life. And when you show an interest, you're going to set yourself aside from everybody else that you're interacting with. Try it today if you haven't. Life can be so much fun if we do it on purpose, and play with it. Play with it today. I do it on a constant basis. Go to the grocery store, interact with the person behind the counter, maybe make real eye contact for more than just a half a second. Really connect with them, just for a couple seconds. Hey, how's your day going? Notice the necklace they're wearing. It's important to them, that symbol. What does that dolphin mean? That's a beautiful... Not everybody does that. You're going to set yourself aside. You're already the most unique person in the world, right? You are. No one has a fingerprint like you. All right, everybody, thank you for checking in. This is Monday Motivation from me, Cliff Yates. I'm coming at you live, vertical mode on YouTube, because I know people jump in and out of the shorts feed, and I get to connect with more people on a personal level. And I was just watching a guy, Arthur C. Brooks. Hey, check this guy out. He's a Harvard professor, and he teaches on happiness. And that's all he studies, is how we think and how we are happy and how we can be in a happy state, which we can't always be in a happy state constantly 24/7. It doesn't make sense. Set your mind aside from ever having that goal. We can't always be so up it would be too exhausting. Moments of sadness, reflection are going to happen. Despair are going to happen. We are going to feel pain. That comes with life. Suffering is a choice. We don't have to suffer. All right, everybody, I am going to acknowledge you. Thank you. Hey, Zara777, hi, how are you? Good morning. I want to encourage you today. Hey, live with passion today. Live with intention. Hey, go with an open heart with people. See what kind of reaction you get. It's fun to play with it. Get out there. Be open and vulnerable to yourself. It's a way of kind of, doing something dangerous, right? Hey, high five, bop, bop, back at you. Arthur Brooks was just talking about people that run with the bulls in Spain. Why do they do that? Why do people run with the bulls in Spain? They're actually really putting themselves in harm's way. You could actually get really hurt or killed running with the bulls in Spain. But people do it. They do it because after they do it, the feeling they get after being in that position of danger, there's something about it that is fulfilling and makes people happy. They don't want to be too careless, but they want to know they've put themselves out there a little bit in danger. It could have went bad, but it didn't. And shared experience with other people who have already put themselves in danger with you. And now that shared experience really bonds people together. That happened in police work when I was a cop for 35 years, right? Working the dangerous South Central LA area, a lot of gang shootings and fights and dangerous things happening. but it was a shared experience, right? We go forward and, you could get hurt or killed working these areas, but there's a part of you that likes it. You're there to be of service, but to be real with you, cops, a lot of them like it. They put themselves in danger, and they're having a shared experience with other people who are also willing to do that, and they feel pretty good having done that. It's like running with the bulls. Hey, if you haven't already, put yourself out there a little bit. They say, which I don't understand because I did stand-up comedy for 35 years, people fear public speaking more than they fear their own death. And so listen, do something that's a little crazy, fearful in your life, and be surprised at how you're going to feel. I recently stepped out and took an improv class, which really trained me to be more present in my conversations. Instead of being in my own head and trying to think of what I was going to say to this person I was talking to, I sat with learning how to really listen to what somebody was saying. Instead of just hearing them, I was listening to them. And hey, listen, we're never at the end of growing and learning. I've been doing this for 35 years and I'm still at it, 68. Now, what you can take from this in a good way is, hey, you know what? When you get to be 68, 70 years old, you can still be young at heart, learning, growing, putting yourself out there, creating great relationships. And so if you're 20, 30, 40, or 50, hey, have a happy heart knowing going forward, you can still be in a positive way of living even when you get into later years. And I don't even see myself that way. Sometimes people remind me that I'm 68 years old. Yeah, brain games are fun, aren't they? With other people, why not? I go out there with, and sometimes that can put people off, right? Because, it can put them in fear. You're kind of, if you're really gregarious and you put yourself out there in an energized state, people are put off a little bit, they get a little bit of car salesmanship feel, and I never want to put that vibe out there. But I've had good feedback from a couple different people in different areas who some people called me and said they wanted to, open up to me and ask my advice on some things. So I know they were receiving that vibe from me, that vibration that I was a safe place to talk. And so you're in a safe place to talk and interact too on the channel. And if you feel that and you vibe with it, hey, subscribe to the channel, hit that button. You can smash it, kick it. You won't be disappointed. I'm always learning and growing, and I like to share that, and that's what I'm going to be doing, sharing what I'm learning, how I'm growing, how I'm interacting with other people. That's what my channel's about. It's not about politics. Sometimes I get tempted. I'm interested in world events and what's going on, but I'm not interested in division and hatred. And I want to be up on what's happening. I want to be smart, right? I want to be informed, and I want to make decisions based on that. But I really would rather be bringing people up and together, and that's going to be hard if I'm sharing my opinion on political issues, things that are going on in the world, and there's enough people already in that space. And I think we always need more people in the space of, hey, lifting people up and, bringing them up and bringing people together. Right now, that's more joyful to me. I had spent 35 years in law enforcement doing some of the hard things that we have to do, and it was a very fulfilling job. But many times, you really had to guard your mind from all of the negative exposure that we get. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. And that's all I care about today. You have met my goal today. Zara 777. You have met my goal, which is have a positive impact, at least on one person. And you said I did on you because you said you appreciate me. And listen, I'm not acting this way to feed myself, even though I know that's a side effect. Serving others is going to cause ourselves to be served. Hey, our attitude towards life is going to determine life's attitude toward us. Why do these sayings become a cliche? Because they're true, damn it. They're true. We can live on purpose. We can choose the thoughts we have, which are going to resonate with our feelings and our emotions, which creates vibrations in us. And that's going to magnetize the universe to come towards us on the same frequency. When you call a friend, you have their number. You have their number. Like I'm making a phone like the old days. You have their number, right? You can connect with them even if they're halfway around the globe in South Africa. Why? Because you're on the same frequency. So you get on a certain vibration, a certain frequency, and then you're going to be attracting everything that's on the same frequency. And so put a picture in your future self. Put a picture of your future self in the future that you can work towards. And then everything's going to start to work in your favor to manifest that picture becoming a physical reality. That's the power of visualization. If you put it together with strong emotions, they got to be married together. I know it's true. It works every single damn time. I've studied it. I continue to study it. And I'm going to continue to share it with you. All right, everybody, I'm off to the gym. Although now I've been looking at this Dr. Huberman, who had Dorian Yates on, no relation. And he is a competitive bodybuilder, but now he's 63 or 4 years old. And basically he's saying what I've been doing is overtraining. We don't need to be in the gym that long or that much to create strength and maintain muscle mass in our later years. I'm going 4 or 5 days a week, playing tennis, jumping rope. I think I'm overtraining. You know, I do find myself sometimes maybe in a state of soreness for too long. So maybe I'm going to cut back a little bit, but we'll see how that goes. I get addicted to going in the gym. I feel great, you know, going in and having worked out. Now, I'm not in the gym for 2-3 hours. I'm only in the gym 45 minutes to an hour, and it's done. You don't have to be in the gym that long. And Dorian Yates, competitive bodybuilder, was saying, you give him 2 days a week, 45 minutes long of weight training, that's all you need. And then the rest of the week, you can do other activities. Maybe you ride a bike, maybe you surf, paddleboard, something fun, play at something. So important for not just our physical health, it's our mental health. They're both married together. If you studied NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, they look at the body and mind as one unit, one colony of cells. One thing affects everything else. That's another concept and philosophy to learn. Everything affects everything else. As you do one thing is how you do everything. You know, it comes back to that guy's book who said, hey, make your bed, right? I mean, if you start your day making your bed, asking empowering questions, what am I most grateful for in my life? What am I looking forward to? You've already kicked your mind into a state of a positive way of taking on the day. And you're putting off. If you want to procrastinate looking on your device, checking emails, getting caught up in news and social media. So use procrastination in your favor. If you're a procrastinator, okay, put off checking the news, put off checking emails, put off looking at your phone, and focus on powerful questions. What's next? What is great in my life? What am I most thankful for? Because your subconscious mind accepts everything. It can't reject. And so you put into your subconscious and you talk to it in a purposeful way. Otherwise, you're going to be putting negative things in there. Your conscious mind can accept or reject thoughts, ideas. Someone comes to you with a stupid idea, you can reject it. I'm not going to accept it. You don't have to say it out loud. You just reject it. Your subconscious mind cannot reject anything. It accepts everything. And you're the one who feeds it or allows things in it. So take control with intention. Think with intention. It's all thought. You know, Earl Nightingale, like 70 years ago, he made a recording called The Strangest Secret. We are what we think about all day long. We are what we think about. Whatever we think about starts coming to us. What do we have to do? Just change your thoughts. Is it that simple? You're damn right it's that simple. All right, everybody, I can't tell you. It's been great spending this time with you on a Monday Motivation Live, right? No teleprompter, no notes. I'm speaking to you just from my experience, my learnings, and that I'm still growing. I'm still learning. I'm still expanding my reach. I'm still expanding who I am and who I want to become, and never stop growing and never stop learning. All right, everybody, I'll see you in the next video, and believe me, there's more to come. Hey, listen, I want you to have this mindset in your life. The best is yet to come, because it is.